Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to do a bit of a different video. So I am part way through Serpent and Dove, and that will be my 160th book of the year, and it will be really good if I could get to like 200 or more books this year. Last year I only started properly reading in August last year. I set my goal last year for 100, no I didn't, I set my goal for 50 books last year and I exceeded that and I got to 101, and I was so proud of myself considering I only set the goal in August. So I only read for, I think it was half the month of August, September, October, November, December. So I only read for like 4.5 months, and I managed to read over 100 books, just over 100 books. This year my goal was set at 100, and it would be really great to double that. So I am setting myself a little bit of a challenge. Obviously there are only 2 months of the year left now. So I am doing, as you can tell from the title of this video, 40 books I want to read before the end of the year. I will be reading the majority of these obviously in the next 2 months, because otherwise what's the point in this video. But a lot of these you may or may not have already seen on my TBR for November. There is some of, I don't know how this is going to work, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but they're just books that I've got a stack of books I'm partway through, or series I'm partway through, that I just really want to finish before the end of the year. I've got a stack of books that I just really want to get to because I'm really intrigued by them. I've got a stack of books that have been on my TBR for the longest time, and it would be really nice, especially around December. They're perfect for December reads. So there's a stack of those, and then there's a stack of books that haven't come out yet. So I have like the first in the series or whatever to remind me of the book, and then what the title of the book is that I want to get to before the year is up. So there's several stacks going on here, and it would just be really good to get over 200 books this year. It would be amazing. I'd be so proud of myself if I could do it. So this is without putting too much pressure on myself, because obviously on top of this are the books that I'm still reading for November that I've already picked, and then books that I might pick that are different to this set for December. So there's a pretty good chance I'm going to reach it anyway, but these 40 books I would really like to get to before the end of the year. So let's start off with the books that are going to be that are new, that haven't come out yet and will be coming out before the end of the year. This is obviously quite tentative because they've either just come out and I don't own them yet, or they're still about to come out. So let me tell you what they are. The first one will be 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas. So the first book this is not a series by any means, but it's by the same author. So this is by Adam Kay. This is going to her. I read this last year, absolutely loved it. One of my favourite books of the year. It was fantastic. I'm really looking forward to 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas. Again, it's sort of a little bit of a follow on from this, but not quite. This is following Adam when he was a junior doctor. These are part of his diaries that he wrote. He used to have to write his diaries anyway for work, and he would just write. I don't know whether he wrote these separately or whether they were part of them, I'm not sure, but they're hilarious. The audiobook for this is fantastic. Adam narrates the audiobook himself, and it's just so funny. Adam is now a comedian, and he left the life of becoming a junior doctor, which is sort of explained a little bit in the back of this why he did that. It's hilarious, it's heartbreaking, it's so heartwarming, it's so touching. Honestly, I adored this book. I felt a million emotions reading it, and it was just fantastic. I do want to do a reread of this again soon, but I really want to get to 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a very small book. I saw it in Waterstones the other day, but I refused to pay full price for it. So I think I'm going to get it from Amazon, possibly very soon. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I really want to get to it. I'm not going to explain all of these unless it's just a very quick explanation that I can do, because we'll be here all friggin' days, 40 of these. So the next one is the second in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, which is Hunting Prince Dracula. I read this in the month of October. So I'm very, very, very excited to continue with this series because I absolutely loved this. I would love to finish the whole series before the end of the year, but I just don't think it's feasible for me to say that. So I'm just going to say that I want to read the second one before the year's out. Again, I don't own it quite yet. I do own the third one, which is the Houdini one. I can't remember what the title is, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to continuing with this series. It's very, very good. I do have the next one on audio because I've listened to Stalking Jack the Ripper on audio. It's fantastic. Really enjoyed it. I don't know how much I would have enjoyed this had I physically read it, because it can be quite scientific, and I think that I might have found it a bit laborious. I do love the sciencey side of things. Like, I do love, again, this I may have found a little bit laborious had I physically read it, but I loved the audio for this because the science wasn't boring to me, if that makes sense. It didn't get me to a point where I wanted to put it down. I never at one point thought, oh my god, this is going on too long, I can't deal with it. Whereas had I physically read it, I might have done. But I'm really looking forward to continuing with this series. It's very, very good. I do highly recommend it. Again, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I also gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Next, I want to read the second in the Skyward series, which will be Starsight. This comes out at the end of November, I think. I've put this on my birthday TBR, so I'm hoping somebody gets it for me from me. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to continuing with this series. I think I gave this 5 stars actually when I read it last year, and I really, really loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Very, very excited for Starsight. Been highly anticipating it this year, and I can't wait to continue with the series. It's very, very good. Then I want to pick up the second in the Cinders and Sparks series by Lindsay Kelk. I can't remember what the title is, but it's an orange cover. I'll show a picture here. I've been listening to it on Scribd, because that's what I did with this one. The audio for these are fantastic. This is a middle grade. It's Lindsay Kelk's first middle grade series, and she's enjoyed writing this so much. I am obsessed with Lindsay Kelk. She's my favourite author of all time, and I love her I Heart series. I also love her About the Girls series. I just love all of her books. I've read them all, and I will continue to do so until she stops writing, which I hope she never does. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this, so I'm really looking forward to the second one. I do recommend the audio for these. They're fantastic. So funny. Really hilarious. Then I'm highly anticipating Queen of Nothing, which comes out again in November. Really looking forward to that. I have enjoyed The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King. I think I gave The Cruel Prince 4 out of 5 stars. The Wicked King might have been 5. Possibly 4, I'm not sure, but I'm really looking forward to Queen of Nothing. Again, don't own this because it's not come out yet, but I am highly anticipating it. Very, very excited. I do want to get to that before the end of the year. It would be really nice to read the second in My Brother's Husband manga series. I do need to pick it up though. It's just quite expensive, so I've not done so far. But this is obviously a manga series, and I really, really enjoyed it. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it so much. It was so good, and I do highly recommend you pick this up. LGBTQIA plus rep in this as well. Then I have Descender volumes 5 and 6 I need to get to, so I'll try and show both covers here. This is obviously volume 1. I'm really, really enjoying this series so far. I picked it up because G from Book Roast highly recommended it. Love a good sci-fi, love a good graphic novel, so I do just about anything for the combination, and this is fantastic so far. Really, really enjoying it. Obviously I've read up to volume 4, so I need volumes 5 and 6. I need to finish them off. And following on with graphic novels, Lock and Key volume 6 I need to get to. This is volume 1. I've read everything else so far. I'm up to date with volume 5. Just need to read volume 6 and then I finish the series, and I'm very, very excited. I'm also very nervous. I think I'm putting it off a little bit because I don't want it to end. This is a horror graphic novel series, and this is by Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son. Then I have a couple of books that I need to read the second in before I can read the third in. So we've got Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. I need to read this, and then I want to read The Toll by Neil Shusterman, which again doesn't come out till November. Very, very excited to continue with the series. I know a lot of people have preferred Thunderhead to Scythe, which is great news because I enjoyed Scythe. I wanted to continue with the series, but I'm so glad to hear that Thunderhead is fantastic. I just hope The Toll is just as good as well, so I'm excited to continue with that series. And then I want to read Wild About the Girl by Louise Pentland, which is the second in the Wild series. The first was Wild Like Me, And obviously the third one is Wild Women. I don't own it yet. I want to get to it. I'm very, very excited to continue with the series. I really love this series. It's fantastic. And then the final book in this part of this video is The Hard Way, Adapt, Survive and Win by Mark Billingham. This doesn't come out till the 31st of October, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm going to get it on audio as well as the physical book because I love the guys that do SAS, Who Dares Wins. I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with the series. I'm obsessed with their books. I'm really, really enjoying them. Another one of the guys is going to be on this list as well, so I cannot wait to give those a read as well. Very, very excited to pick that one up. Sorry, my battery died, no surprise here. So the books that have been on my TBR for a long, long time and I would like to get to, I have The Magic of Christmas by Trisha Ashley. I have a lot of Trisha Ashley books on my TBR that I haven't got to but have been on here for a very, very long time, so it'd be nice to get to a few of them this year, especially, somebody's dog-eared this fucking page, especially around about Christmas time because a lot of them are Christmassy, so it'd be really good to get to them. I hope I like her writing style because otherwise I'll be unhauling quite a lot of books off my TBR. I have probably about 7 of her books and I've never read any of them, so it would be good to start with maybe a Christmas one. This will be perfect for obviously the season of Christmas, so why the hell not. Then I've got One Day in December by Josie Silver. I've had this on my TBR for the longest time. My sister-in-law got it me a couple of years ago for my birthday or Christmas, and I've just not picked it up, so it's perfect for in December. I do have the audio for this, which is fab. So yeah, looking forward to that one as well. Then I've got The Christmas Stocking and Other Stories by Katie Ford. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. My mum bought it me again for last year for Christmas, but I already had it, a copy. Didn't tell her that, I just unhauled it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a read. It's a collection of short stories, Christmas ones, so I am looking forward to that. Should be really good. I love Katie Ford's writing style. I've not picked anything up from her in ages. Another seasonal read is Forks by Nadine Brands. I'll be picking this up in November, I already know that for a fact, so I'm very, very excited to get to this. I bought this last year, but it was just after November, I think, and I really want to read it around about the time of Bonfire Night, which is obviously Guy Fawkes Day, Guy Fawkes Night, I'm not sure what we call it in the UK, but it's the 5th of November, so I'm really looking forward to getting to this. It should be very, very good. Then books I'm part way through already, so this shouldn't be too difficult to get to them, but you will be shocked at the amount of books I'm already part way through, and I just keep putting down, picking other books up because I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a bit slumpy at the moment, I'm not sure. So the first one is Hollywood Wants to Kill You by Rick Edwards and Dr. Michael Brooks. This is the peculiar sciences of deaths in the movies. I'm currently at page 162. I'm halfway through a chapter. I am so irritating. I'm really looking forward to finishing this off. I'm loving this so far. I don't know what's wrong with me, why I keep putting it down. I think it's because it's quite science-ish, it's quite technical. So I read a chapter and then I have to put it down and think about it. I can't just, you know, read chapter after chapter after chapter. Plus the chapters are quite long, like 20 pages long, which wouldn't normally be that long, but when they're full of science, it's a lot to take in. So I'm loving it so far. I have been tabbing it up. I don't know if you can see that. Really enjoying it. Can't wait to finish this off though, so I can pass it to my dad because I think he's going to really enjoy it. When they combine books and movies, I just love it. It's fantastic. The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg. I started this, oh god, ages ago, and I'm on page 149. I might as well finish it off. It would be really good to finish it off. I was enjoying it, I just didn't want to keep picking it up, so I don't know what's wrong with that, but it would be nice to finish it off. I've heard mixed things though. The Bookshop on the Shore by Jenny Colgan. Again, picked this up earlier on this year, probably the beginning of summer, and I've not finished it off. I'm on page 94. I've got a lot to go, but it's a contemporary, so it should be easy to get through. I just don't know why I'm avoiding it. It's really good though. I am enjoying it. I don't know why I've put this on here, to be honest. This is a monster. Chances of me getting to this are pretty minimal, but it would be really nice to finish it because I just would really like to finish this series this year. But Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. You can see why this is a monster and why I don't know why I've put this on here. But I am partway through it. I'm on page 44. I'm literally, I don't know what I'm doing to myself. Why have I put this on here? It would be really nice to at least get a good chunk of the way through this before the end of the year, if not finish it. But I'm making no promises on any of these, by the way, but we'll see. It would be just nice to get to them. I just thought it would be nice for a bit of extra content too, so. But yeah, I'm loving this series. I don't know why I've been avoiding picking it up. Maybe I just don't want it to end, but we'll see. Hopefully I will get to it fingers crossed. I'd really like to get to Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Young. This is obviously the second in the Girls of Paper and Fire series. Do believe there's going to be a third one coming out next year, which I'm excited about. I have started this. I am on page 69. I do need to continue. I started it with the arc, and then for some reason, so Hodder sent me an arc of this, which I've had for a couple months now, and I am planning on getting to it before it comes out in November. But I think this comes out November 8th, I'm fairly certain. But they've then sent me a finished copy, so which is very exciting, and I'm buzzing about it. But I can't understand why they've sent me an arc and a finished copy. I am 100% thankful to them, and I really, really appreciate it. But I'm wondering if they've got a little bit mixed up and forgotten that they've already sent me an arc. But either way, thank you very much, Hodder, for sending me this. I really appreciate it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm buzzing to continue with the series. Then I have God's Grave and Dark Dawn, which are the second and third in the Nevernight series. I read Nevernight in September. I'm hoping to read God's Grave. When I'm doing this, it is the middle of October. So I'm hoping to read God's Grave at the end of October and then go on to Dark Dawn in November. So that's my plan. I am hoping to finish this series before the end of the year. Again, we'll see, no promises. Confessions of a Bookseller by Sean Bithell. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, Sean. I read Diary of a Bookseller last year. Absolutely loved it. Went to go and visit his shop in Wigtown earlier on this year. Unfortunately, he was abroad in the Bahamas, if I can remember correctly. I hope he was sunning himself very nicely. I wanted him to sign my book, but unfortunately he wasn't around. I am planning on going back at some point because now I have both of his books. So yeah, it would be great to get to this and finish it off. I am on page 30. I'm not very far through at all. But I adored the Diary of a Bookseller. I'm adoring the start of this. So I'm really, really looking forward to finishing this off. This one. Again, I don't know if I've put this on here, but I'm partway through and I really want to finish it this year. Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I have started it. I'm physically reading it, which I listened to the audio for Stranger Dreamer earlier on this year, and I really enjoyed it. I had thought about switching to the audio for this, but I'm enjoying having it up. Obviously not enough to keep picking it up. I'm on page 88 again, halfway through a chapter. I don't think I've picked this up in about 2 or 3 months now, so might have to start this chapter again so I can refresh my memory. But it would be really nice to finish this off this year. If I need to go to audio on it, then that's what I need to do. Then I have volumes 6, 7, 8 and 9 of Saga. So these are another 4 books that I would really, really like to get to this year. They're obviously graphic novels, but you know what I mean. I'm obviously counting these separately as well. So another 4 that I would really, really like to get to this year and finish the series, Saga series. I know this is going to break me. I think this is why I'm holding it off a little bit, because I know everybody's gotten upset reading the last one. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a really good series. I'm really enjoying it. And then the final stack is just a stack of books that I would just really love to get to before the year's out. So the first one is Entanglement by Andrew J. Thomas. This has only just come out, I believe. I was sent this by the publishers. My brain isn't working, sorry. I was sent this by the publishers and I'm really looking forward to getting to it. It sounds very, very good. I cannot wait. Really looking forward to this one. Then I've got The Girl Who Speaks Best by Sophie Anderson. This has been massively hyped by Gav from Gav Hetherington and I cannot wait to get to it. Super excited. It is on my November TBR. It's got little illustrations. It is a middle grade and I cannot wait. So excited. Frost Heart by Jamie Littler, another one that Gav has hyped up. Again, another middle grade and another one that is on my November TBR. Another one with gorgeous illustrations in it. Cannot wait to read this either. Very, very excited. Then I've got Snow in Love, which is 4 short stories. It's very short indeed, but I think this is going to be perfect for around Christmas. This is by Melissa Dela Cruz, Nick Stone, Amy Friedman and Casey West. Casey West is the reason why I've picked it up, but I'm hoping to find maybe some new authors to be looking for, but I just think the cover's absolutely gorgeous and I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be perfect in December, so I cannot wait to read that. I wanted to read it for a while actually. Then I've got The Land of Yesterday by K.A. Reynolds. I was going to put this on my Believeathon TBR, but I just couldn't find a place to stick it in there. So I'm hoping to read it anyway in November, because it is a middle grade, and I just think Believeathon, even if it's not, even if it doesn't fit a prompt, I just personally think November is the month for middle grade books anyway. So I'm just going to read as many as I can on top of all the other books I've got. But I do really want to get to this. I know Rachel Marie has absolutely hyped this book so much since she read it a couple of months ago. She loves it a lot. She got like super upset about the book. It's going to be a massive tearjerker. I'm looking forward to it, but I just know it's going to pull on my heartstrings. But I cannot wait to pick it up. It's very short as well, so that's good. Then I've got The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, and also The Amber Spyglass. I want to get to both of these before the end of the year, because I believe this is becoming a TV series on Netflix, a Netflix series. I'm not sure, but I'm really excited about it, because obviously this is his Dark Materials series. I've read Northern Lights, I read it last year, and I really loved it. I do listen to the audiobooks of these, because Philip Pullman narrates them himself with a full cast, and they're really good. And these are my dad's editions, so I've nicked these off him because he has read these. Actually, I think he's only got partway through The Subtle Knife, but yeah, really looking forward to it. It'd be nice to get to these before the series starts, so I know where I'm up to. Oh, actually, I might have just found where my dad was up to. He dog-ears his pages, and it really pisses me off. I think he got up to page 144 of The Amber Spyglass. I'm going to leave that in there because he'll want to go back to it at some point, I've no doubt. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to both of these. Cannot wait. Then book 39 is Birthday by Meredith Russo. This has been on my TBR for a little while now. I got this in May when I picked up I Heart Hawaii, and I just haven't had a chance to pick it up yet. So I really want to get to it desperately, because I've heard nothing but good things about this book. So I cannot wait. And it's the Waterstones edition. I don't know if they all came like this actually, but I've hit this up from Waterstones anyway. Finally, the last but not least book on my TBR that I want to get to before the end of the year is Ant Middleton, The Fear Bubble. I again mentioned before, when I mentioned Mark Billingham's book, that another one of the SAS guys would be on here, and it is Ant with his second book. Very excited to get to this, cannot wait. I went to see Ant Middleton last year on tour, and he was so amazing. He's just the best guy that has a lot of knowledge for you, and I just really adore him. I think he's fantastic, so I'm very excited to get to this. This one doesn't have pictures in it because I think it's just about fear and enhancing that, and how you can deal with it, actually use it to your advantage, things like that. So I think it's just going to be very good. I'm so excited to give this a read. Have it on audio again. If you do want to pick up some of the SAS Who Dares Wins books, there is Ant Middleton's First Man In. There is Jason Carl Fox's, I can't remember the name of his actually, and I've lent it out to my mum. I've also lent her Ollie Ollerton's book as well, and obviously Mark Billingham's will be coming out at the end of October. And then there is Ant Middleton's Fear Bubble. I do highly recommend listening to these on audiobook. They narrate them all themselves, so you get to feel the emotion that they're thinking about in that moment, wherever they are in the book. So I do highly recommend listening to those on audio. And yeah, very excited to get to this one. He's just such a beautiful man, isn't he? Anyway, distractions. So those are the 40 books that I'd really like to get to before the end of the year. Obviously extremely intimidated by Muse of Nightmares, which is probably why I haven't picked it up in months. And again, Queen of Air and Darkness. These two, if any, that I don't get to the end of the year will probably be these two, but I really want to get to Muse of Nightmares. I would love to get through a good chunk of Queen of Air and Darkness as well, maybe to the point that I only have like maybe 100 pages left by the time I get to 2020, and I can just start the month off with a huge book finished. How cool would that be? But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting through to all of these actually, because I really want to read them, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't be on here. But yeah, have you read any of these? Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that some are better to be listened to on audio than physically pick up, or vice versa. I know a lot of you are going to be complaining about me listening to these on audio, but for my first go round, I'm going to listen to them on audio, get through them, not as fast as I can necessarily, but yes, as fast as I can, just to get up to date on the hype. And then I'm going to go back through them at some point and physically read them, tab them up. So don't at me please, because I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. A little bit intimidated now with this pile of books surrounding me. So yes, I am going to go. But yeah, chat to me in the comments down below about any of these books that you might have read or any you're interested in. If you want to learn more about them, I can give you some more information, or obviously check them out on Goodreads or Amazon. But yes, excited. Let's aim for 200 books this year. I'm buzzing but nervous because obviously we're like 20th of October and I'm only just about to finish my, well, not only just, but I'm just about to finish my 160th book for the year, and yeah, I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But I shall check back in with you obviously at the end of the year. You'll see at the end of the year wrap up how I did, whether or not I made it, whether I got through all of these books. I will let you know in that wrap up. And yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.